Hello and very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to all my dear children, to all my dear ODA learners for ODA's YouTube session. Welcome to the session, my dear students. You are here with Nayaab ma'am. So today we are going to start a new series. It's about the class 5 chapters. So today we will be learning the first chapter, that is the super senses. So my dear students, before moving ahead, I would like to introduce our ODA class to all of you out there. Children, the session that you are watching right now, it's a YouTube session, right? So you are watching a YouTube live class. But students, we are also there in the Play Store as well. So you can download our ODA app, yes, where you can enroll yourself for the booster course. My dear students, this YouTube session have certain limitations. You don't get access to ODA class core features such as extra rewards, live quizzes or even the mentor teacher. To get all these access, you have to enroll yourself to the booster course. It is going to start from coming Monday. It's a 1 week of fun learning where you will be having 6 sessions, 3 of math and 3 of science with dual teachers of ODA class. So who are the dual teachers? You will be having the best master teacher who is going to teach you in the live class, and for the post class support, we will be assigning you with an amazing mentor teacher. So this mentor teacher is going to take care of you personally related to your studies. Apart from that, we also provide homework and test on app itself, and we also give you free study materials. So all these amazing features are there in the booster course but not in YouTube live session. So all you have to do is click on to the link that is there in the description box, get yourself enrolled. My dear students, I would like to give my introduction. So my name is Sayyada Nayaab. You can call me Nayaab ma'am or Nayu ma'am. This is what my students prefer calling me. I am a postgraduate in biotechnology and I have more than 4 years of teaching experience. So during this 4 years of journey, I have mentored more than 15,000 students like you. If you like my session and if you want to be one among them, then you have to enroll to the booster course. So students, as discussed, today we are going to learn an important topic. And the topic that we are going to learn is this. So students, I hope you can see this beautiful GIF on the screen. You can see ear, eyes, right, smell, sight, touch, different things here. So can you tell me students, what are we going to learn in today's session? Please use the comment section and let me know what are we going to study in today's session. Yes, wonderful my dear students. So basically today we are going to learn about the super senses. What is super senses? It's that extra power that all of us have. We human beings and also animals, all of us have this superpower that help us to survive. So in this session, we are going to learn about these super senses. So my dear students, before moving ahead directly, I would like to tell you what are we going to learn in this chapter. So students, basically we will be learning about senses, its importance, followed by how the senses work, sense organ works in both humans and animals, and also I'll be giving you some questions in between where you can answer it using the comment section. So students, now the question arises, ma'am, why should we study this chapter? If I'm not wrong, all of us learn about eyes, ears, right, tongue, nose, all these things are class 1 from the body parts chapter. But now you would be there in class 5 and you would be wondering, ma'am, why should we study it? 4 main reasons, my dear students. First of all, it is linked to your higher classes. Here you will be learning things in a better, in a bit detailed way. How does an eye work? How does an ear work? How does your tongue works? Which is linked to your biology classes. Correct? Second, you should learn this chapter because this is applicable in your real life. isn't it? So you use this in your day-to-day activities in every second of your life. If I'm not wrong, all of us use it, isn't it? Apart from that, it's very, very important when it comes to the Olympiad or any other competitive exam, especially in the high order thinking skill sections. You will be having at least one question in the human body chapter related to the senses, which is a 5-mark question which can easily give you 5 marks. Apart from that, my dear students, most importantly, it is also there for your exams. So this is why you need to learn this chapter, and this is why it is so important. Moving ahead, my dear students, I will not be directly taking you to a question, what is a sense, what are sense organs? But here at this point, I want all of you to answer me this. Can you tell me what is a stimulus? Yes, T-I-M-U-L-U-S. What is a stimulus? How many of you have heard about this term at least? You can use the comment section and let me know. So students, in ODA class we follow this thing. If you want to say anything yes to teacher, you can always type 1 in the chat box. That is what we prefer, right? So here we follow this. 1 is for yes and 2 is for no. So similarly, you can use this in the YouTube comment section. You can type if you know this, what actually a stimulus is. I can see some of the answers here. Yes ma'am, it's touch me not. Okay. Do you really think touch me not is only stimulus? I want a meaning. I would say the touch me not plant, how the plant responds to the touch is a stimulus. It's an example of stimulus. But let me know, what do you understand? What is stimulus? My dear students, listen to me carefully now. A stimulus is anything. It can be anything that can trigger. It can provoke, trigger a physical or behavioral change. What does this mean, my dear students? Let me explain you with a live example. So I am standing here properly. All of a sudden, I will pinch very hardly. I am pinching myself very hardly. So far, your Nayaab ma'am was so happy, smiling, standing and explaining you things. Now, as soon as she is pinching herself, you can see that this caused a pain. This triggered a pain, isn't it? A pinch triggered a pain, through which you can see there is a change in her behavior, change in her expressions. What is this? This is a stimulus. Similarly, my dear students, whenever you touch a cactus plant, okay, unknowingly, right, unknowingly, so you will get to know that, your finger will be pricked, so you will take your hand back immediately. Similarly, whenever we touch a hot object, what do? We take our hand back immediately, right? What is this? All these are examples of stimulus. So these are some of the common examples of stimulus, my dear students. It's basically anything which can trigger a physical or behavioral change. But my dear students, I am here with some more examples so that you can understand that stimulus is not only about pinching or touching a hot object. It's more than that. Students, when you are hungry, you eat something. Isn't it? When you are hungry, you eat something. It's a stimulus. How, students? See, I would say this is a, sense of hunger. So whenever you feel like having food, you have the food. You don't sit simply. It's again a physical change, right? It is changing. Second, whenever a rabbit gets scared, so it runs. Students, when you scare a rabbit, correct? You're triggering a rabbit to run, isn't it? That's a change. A rabbit would have been sitting in a place calmly, resting, right? But as soon as someone triggers the rabbit, it gets scared. And what does rabbit do? It starts running. So the running is that physical change. It's a stimulus. Similarly, my dear students, whenever you fall ill, you basically prefer taking medicines. Correct? The way your body responds to the medicine. It's also an example of a stimulus. My dear students, so whenever we get a fever, we take a paracetamol, right? Or any medicine that is prescribed by a doctor. So after consuming our medicine, after some time, after a few hours, we feel like there is a decrease in temperature. It's a response, right? Your body is responding. So the temperature that has been increased have been decreased because of the medicine. It's an example of stimulus. But my dear students, if you are thinking why ma'am is trying to explain about stimulus than explaining about senses, then let me tell you, my dear students, it is directly linked to our senses. Yes, students, I said you that, just a minute. Yes, what did I say you? I said you the definition that a stimulus is anything that can trigger a physical or a behavioral change. Now the question arises, how does our body gets to know that there is a stimulus happening? How does our body gets to know that I am touching a hot object? Or how does our body gets to know that I am hungry? Or how does our body gets to know that my neighbor has prepared some yummy dish, right? My neighbor has prepared a biryani and I can sense it. I can smell it. What is this, students? It is nothing but the superpower that we have, and here we come to the sense. What is a sense? My dear super champs, take a note of this definition. A sense is a way we experience, we understand, or we, stays aware of the environment and its objects. My dear students, sense is basically the one which can recognize the stimulus. My dear students, remember, sense is a function. So most of the times when I ask my students, can you tell me what is a sense? Even if I ask the same question to you, what is going to be your answer? Can you type it in the chat box? What is a sense? Come on, quickly, be quick. Use the comment section, type what you understand by sense, or describe or give me a single word about a sense. So I have received few comments. Let me just read it out. I can see that one of you have written it as eyes. Okay. Ears. Okay. Nose. I can see one more student have written it as tongue. Oh, nice. My dear students, you're performing the same mistake again. You're committing the same mistake the way my students do it. Used to do it. Now, since they know what is a sense, they have learnt it in the ODA class, they don't commit the same mistake. Students, we always get, confused between a sense and a sense organ. Always remember, sense is a different and sense organ is a different. Ear, eyes, nose, skin, tongue. All these are the sense organs. They are not the sense. Students, sense is the function. It's a function which helps us to understand what is happening. If you are able to smell, that smelling is the sense. Smell is the sense. The nose is the sense organ. If you are visiting a place where you see beautiful pictures, beautiful scenery, seeing is the sense. Organ that is helping you to see is the sense organ. Got it? Similarly students, similarly when you touch a hot object, correct? When you touch a hot object, so the body sensing it, right? The organ that is helping you to sense it is the sense organ. Got it? Got it, students? And feel is the sense. Okay? So there is a difference. Always remember, a sense is a way our body understands, experience, or stays aware of environment. So to understand this thing in more clear way, stays aware of an environment. What do you do when you are standing near a dustbin or near a garbage? Do you smile happily? You enjoy the vibe? You know there is a garbage, so there is a waste or a dustbin. and you also know that it stings, you try to cover your mouth, you try to cover your nose. You keep doing like this. Why did this happen? Because your sense and sense organ helped you to recognize it, correct? So that smell, the sense, helped you to understand the environment, correct? And the sense organ knows, right? It also helped it. So basically students, sense is a function, okay, and sense organ is the body organ which helps you to perform that function. So students, not only that, sense help us to experience different things. Talking about food, whenever you eat bitter gourd, can you tell me whenever you eat bitter gourd, what will be your expressions? Will you be happy? Will you be happy? Let me tell you honestly, bitter gourd is one of the healthiest thing, isn't it? It's the healthiest vegetable. But students, whenever we eat bitter gourd, we don't feel happy. Why? Why don't we feel happy? Because it is bitter. So who helped you to recognize that bitter gourd is bitter, honey is sweet, okay, lemon is sour, mango is sweet again, right? Who is helping you to recognize all these things? It is the sense. Sense help us to experience the food, whether the food is tasty, it is not tasty, whether it is good, it's not good, whether it is sour, whether it is sweet, whether it is, yummy. All these things are being helped by the senses. Again, the temperature. So students, have you come across this thing? You are sleeping nicely in the morning. As soon as there is, the fan is switched off by our mothers or by any of the family member, we start feeling hot. We try to pull off our blanket. Why? How did you get to know that the temperature has been increased? How? Sense again. Skin, isn't it? Whenever we feel cold, what do? We start rubbing our palms, we start rubbing our hands. Why? Again, sense. Then, sound. So, whenever there are festivals, you hear that loud music, right? If you are studying, it will be disturbing to you, but if you are sitting freely, you enjoy it. Sound again, right? So then color. So students, you understand each and everything, right? Colors, different colors. We are able to experience it. You are able to experience different colors around you. The greenery of plant, the blue color of water, right? Basically water is colorless, but we often present it in a blue form, correct? So all these colors are students, we are able to experience it because of this sense. Then the smell. The best example, I said garbage. Whenever you stand near the garbage, you be doing this. Whenever you go to a garden, you see different types of flowers, that fragrance, you'll be like, yeah, what a smell, what a fragrance, isn't it? You feel happy. Why? Because of the sense. So senses are important because it helps us to understand the environment. It helps us to experience different things, whether it is food, temperature, color, sound or smell. Okay. So moving ahead, my dear students, now let us see what actually the sense organs are. So far we have learnt about the senses, correct? Now let us see what is a sense organ. A sense organ are the body organs. The sense organ are the body organs. What does this mean, students? They are the part of the body. They are the part of our body. So by which we are able to see, smell, hear, taste and touch or feel. Got it, students? Now is this clear? Eyes, ears, tongue, skin, all these are part of your body. These are these organs through which we are able to sense the things. So this is a sense organ. Okay. So students, always remember, my dear students, okay, that there is a difference between a sense and sensory organs. Now students, we human body, we receive the sensory information. What do you mean by sensory information? Students, you know what? All the sense organs are able to send the messages. they collect the information, they send the message to the brain. So students, this human body receives sensory information through the following senses. Okay, so students, when we see it, right, when we see, it's basically your eyes are receiving the messages, sending to the brain. So brain confirms back that this is the object that you have seen. Okay, then so we receive the sensory or information from the nose, we receive it from the ear, we receive it from the tongue, and we receive it from the skin. So all these sense organs are connected to brain. They send the messages, that's nothing but the sensory information to the brain. So that is how students, whenever you touch a hot object, your sense organ recognize it and it sends the message to the brain. And fraction of seconds, brain orders us to pull our hand back immediately. Got it? That is the reason whenever we touch a hot object, whenever we, when we unknowingly when we touch a, rose, rose or cactus, correct? So what happens? Thorns of rose or cactus, we pull our hand back immediately. In just seconds, students, this sense organ takes the messages, okay, it sends the messages to the brain. In return, brain orders us to pull our hands back immediately. So always remember, sense organs carry the sensory information to the brain, and in return, brain orders it to, sends the orders. So students, in humans, we have 5 sense organs and 5 senses respectively. So students, smell, taste, touch, sight, hearing are these senses. What are these? These are the senses. So we have 5 senses Similarly, we also have 5 sense organs. So this section that you are able to see is about the sense organ. Clear, students? So students, what are the 5 sense organs do we have? Very easy question, students. You can use the comment section to type it. What are those? Nose, tongue, skin, eyes, and most importantly, ears. Right? All these sense organs are equally important to us. So my dear students, smell is a sense organ. Smell is the sense, okay, and we can smell with the help of a sense organ, that is nose. Similarly, students, taste is a sense and we are able to sense it with the tongue. Touch is a sense, whereas skin is the, what is the skin? Skin is the sense organ. Beta, see, we usually touch with the hands or fingers, right, fingers, but we have a skin over it. So basically skin is the sense organ. Okay, skin is the sense organ. For touch we use the fingers. Sight is the sense and eyes is the sense organ. Hearing is the sense and ear is the sense organ. So my dear students, always remember about sense and sense organ. Right now I am going to teach you the difference between a sense and a sense organ. So far you have learnt what is a sense, what is a sense organ, isn't it? So it's now a time where you also be able to learn, where you will be able to differentiate between sense and sense organ. So students, this is very, very important. You can even take a screenshot over here. Okay. See students, in our booster course, even our students can download these study materials. Yes, but you can do it, you cannot do it in the YouTube, but you can take a screenshot, I would say. So students, differentiate between sense and sense organ. It's an exemplar question which have high weightage of appearing in the competitive exam. So if we talk about sense, what is it? It's a mechanism or a function. And what is a sense organ? It's a body organ. So basically it is present in your body, correct? And it is this organ which is able to help you to recognize it, which is functioning, right? Then it involves the stimulus, but the stimulus happens on the organ. For example, sight is a sense and eyes are the sense organ. So we are able to see because of the sense organ eye. Similarly, students, taste is the sense organ, taste is the sense and tongue is the sense organ. Alright? Now students, what is the importance of sense? Tell me quickly. So far, you have understood what is sense organ. Now tell me, what will happen if there is one sense would be missing? Can you tell me, if there is no one sense, if we lose one sense, what will happen? Tell me quickly. Students, it's very, very important. You cannot miss single sense also. Okay? So here we learn the importance of senses. Most of all, to interact with the surrounding. Students, senses are our connection to the world. Correct? They are our connection to the world around us, to whom we are with, and you know, these are the senses which are very much helpful to perceive our environment and to interact with other people. If you cannot hear, how will you be able to interact? Isn't it? If you are not able to see, how will you get to know what's happening in your environment? Right, students? So senses are very much important so that we can be connected with the people who are around us. Okay, whether it is to hear, whether it is to see. Okay, for interaction, for that connection, senses are very, very important. Next, students, enjoyment. This is my favorite part. So students, whenever we are traveling, right, most of the time, especially when it comes to me, what I do is, I prefer listening to the music. I put my earpods on, I start the music in the journey. Why? Because I enjoy it. I enjoy the journey and I always prefer listening to the music, listening to the songs while I am traveling. Similarly, when we are alone at home and we feel like not eating, what do? We try to switch on a TV, we watch it and we have it. Right? Isn't it, students? So, senses are very, very important for enjoyment. They are essential for our enjoyment of many experiences, whether it is about eating a meal or listening to the music. Okay, so senses help us to enjoy the things. Most importantly, students, emotional connect. Emotional connect. Students, they are closely connected to our emotion and memories. They can have a very dramatic impact how we can feel. So students, I have a very best example here. So when I was in the school, right, every time when we used to have a national festival, we used to perform some dances, we used to sing the song, right? So my eyes have captured all those memories. So till now I can remember it. So whenever I try to recall about my school memories, I feel very happy, right? So emotions are connected. Emotions are very important. So emotional connect, that memories can be captured with the help of senses. We hear, we see. Okay. So students, now here we are ending today's session where we have learnt about sense organ and its importance. So we'll be having the next parts also. For that, you need to ensure you're going to enroll yourself to the booster course as well. So my dear students, it's a 1 week of program that's going to start from coming Monday, where you will be having 6 sessions, 3 of math and 3 of science with dual teachers of ODA class, with best master teacher and an amazing mentor teacher. We'll be also providing homework and test on app itself. Not only that, we'll be also providing you with the free study materials. To enroll to this amazing booster course that is going to start from coming Monday, where seats are limited, all you have to do is click on to the link that's there in the description box. Get yourself enrolled according to your grades right now. Click to enroll now and complete the payment with the help of your parents. Do not forget to download the ODA app from the Play Store. Download the app and collect some coins. We also provide ODA coins. We appreciate our students. Collect these students, visit our ODA mall wherein you can buy amazing gifts like smart water bottle, smartphone and so on. And most importantly, students, do not forget to hit a like, share and subscribe our channel. So I'll be back with one more amazing session on this topic. Till then, do take care and bye-bye.